I'm Anil Kumar, and we will explore exponential functions further in this particular video. Determine the derivative of the function half of e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. So f of x is given to us as equals to half of e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x. Derivative of this function is equal to half of, derivative of e to the power of x is e to the power of x, and here also e to the power of x times minus 1. So that makes this as plus, so that is our answer, right? So that is what you get. Now the reason for taking up this question is that this is a very special function, and we say this value half of e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x is referred to as sine hyperbolic x, right? And its derivative, which we just found, is cos hyperbolic x. So you're going to learn about these functions soon. For some of the students, I like them to further investigate these functions and sketch the graph, applying the rules which you've learned in curve sketching, right? Now the curve of this function will look like something like this. So let me just sketch the graph approximately, and as an exercise what you can do is you can actually sketch the graph of this function, right? So it is kind of like this. So that is how the graph of sine hyperbolic x is. And if you find the derivative of this particular function, then you will see that the derivative of this function is right there. If x is 0, then you get a value 1 plus 1, which is 2. So it has a minimum at 1, right? So it has minimum at 1. If you see the graph, it will be always positive, right? So here the slope is 1, correct? It is not 0, it's kind of 1, right? And then it is again positive. So the graph of this function will be kind of like this. It looks like more like a parabola, right? But it is kind of like this, and this is cos of hyperbolic x, right? With a minimum at 1, right? So that is how this function is going to look like. Now the question for you is sketch f of x, right? So sketch f of x, you could actually find you could do all the curve sketching procedure to sketch this function. As I have given you, sketch will look like this. So go with end behavior and symmetry. That will help you to sketch these functions. You can also take up some values for the accuracy of the graph. Thank you and all the best.